Welcome to The Gavel, your weekly Denver City Council wrap-up. Here's what happened this week. On April 11th, the Land Use, Transportation, and Infrastructure Committee heard a presentation from the Department of Transportation and Infrastructure about growing traffic complaints and the regulation of parking patterns throughout the city.
So it really has been a struggle to really get any help for these folks who are trying to continue to do business in the city, trying to keep their business in the city with all of these other pressures. And on top of that, then they have all these vehicles that are impeding their ability to do business. And we don't have the tools to really address that. So I really am thankful that we finally took a look at this.
Time limits don't effectively maintain curbside access, and vehicles moving only 100 feet after a time limit is reached is insufficient to clear roadways. Large vehicles parked in public right-of-way can block sidewalks and restrict residential parking. Also discussed were inoperable vehicles, or junkers, that are parked on the road for long periods of time. In response, the proposed parking code changes would expand restrictions for large vehicles in all city zones and redefine parking time limits and the distance a vehicle must move after an overtime parking stay. After 72 hours, a vehicle would have to move 700 feet compared to the current 100 feet. Vehicles over 22 feet will have a 24-hour time limit. Junker vehicles will have to be removed from roads within 24 hours. On April 12th, the Safety, Housing, Education, and Homelessness Committee heard a briefing on the state of homelessness in Denver and surrounding areas. The Metro Denver Homeless Initiative presented its data after a year of research. It looked at the number of people accessing services, demographics, and the causes of homelessness. The study found that relationship problems are a leading cause of homelessness, followed by losing a job, being unable to pay rent or a mortgage, being evicted, followed by substance abuse problems.
The challenge with this work is success gets a key to a door that no one can see. It's only the failures that are visible. Or many of the folks struggling are also invisible. They're in their cars, they're in a shelter. Only a small slice of this is visible.
Some misconceptions were addressed in the presentation. The initiative reported that 87% of people experiencing homelessness are from Colorado and that over 90% are homeless involuntarily.
Homelessness ends in a home. And one of the things that is incredibly challenging is the fact that we don't have enough availability of affordable or attainable units in our region to meet the need based on the rising cost of rent, mortgages, and just honestly the cost of survival in our region.
Also on April 12th, the Business Arts, Workforce, and Aviation Services Committee sent to the full City Council the Denver Construction Careers Program. In partnership with Denver Economic Development and Opportunity, the program aims to address labor shortages in the Denver area. The program will focus on apprenticeships, training, outreach, and employment opportunities.
Now, the other goal is really to leverage the successful partnerships we have with our community resources. I can tell you programs like Work Now and Second Chance and Chic are making a difference in our community and making a difference in people's lives. And we want to continue to leverage that relationship.
Under the ordinance, projects over $10 million and above will require the utilization of Denver residents as a portion of the labor workforce.
This is incredibly important for our anti-displacement goals and really trying to keep residents in the neighborhoods that they live in and that they want to keep living in. Having strong employment is such a big factor in that.
The ordinance plans to come into effect later this year. Also this week, City Council has approved an additional $5 million for the Business Impact Opportunity Fund program, which supports small businesses impacted by COVID-19. The Finance and Governance Committee sent to the full City Council an approval request adding Tamisha Watkins to the Citizen Oversight Board. Want more info on City Council, including weekly schedules and agendas? Join the Denver City Council mailing list by visiting denvergov.org/citycouncil. Denver City Council meets every Monday at 3:30 at the City and County Building Council Chambers, or tune in live on Denver 8 or Zoom. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for Denver news, events, and information.